The Vanishing Virtues, the seven deadly sins unveiling the dark side of humanity with a touch of lightness. In the grand theater of human existence, where morality and mischief dance hand in hand, there lies a timeless narrative etched upon the tablets of tradition, the story of the seven deadly sins. Rooted in Catholic, Kabbalistic, and church interpretations, these sins have long served as beacons of warning, flickering flames illuminating the treacherous waters of human temptation. Yet in our modern epoch, it seems as if these virtues are slipping through our collective fingers, lost in the hustle and bustle of a world that often values instant gratification over eternal consequences. If you're new or old in this channel, you're not subscribed, you're missing. Kindly subscribe, like, comments, and share. Thanks. So grab your cup of coffee or tea, for what better accompaniment than your favorite beverage, and prepare to laugh heartily as we explore how humanity has lost its grip on these essential virtues amidst worldly influences. 1. Understanding the Catholic interpretation. In order to fully grasp the concept of the seven deadly sins, it is important to understand the Catholic interpretation. According to Catholic doctrine, these sins are considered to be the root cause of all other sins. They are seen as grave offenses against God and humanity, and they have the potential to lead to eternal damnation. The Catholic Church has long recognized the importance of identifying and confessing these sins in order to seek forgiveness and redemption. The seven sins, pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth, are not seen simply as individual acts, but rather as dispositions of the human heart. They are believed to distort our understanding of ourselves, others, and God, ultimately leading us away from the path of righteousness. In the Catholic understanding, overcoming these sins requires an ongoing process of self-reflection, repentance, and the practice of virtue. By recognizing our own weaknesses and striving for spiritual growth, we can hope to overcome the allure of these deadly sins and instead cultivate virtues like humility, charity, and chastity. Next, we will explore the Kabbalistic interpretations of the seven deadly sins. Stay tuned for a deeper dive into this fascinating perspective on human nature and sin. 2. Unveiling the Kabbalah perspective on the seven deadly sins. In the realm of religious and spiritual philosophies, the Kabbalistic perspective offers a unique and thought-provoking interpretation of the seven deadly sins. While the Catholic Church focuses on the sins as grave offenses against God and humanity, the Kabbalistic viewpoint delves deeper into the mystical understanding of human nature and sin. According to Kabbalistic teachings, the seven deadly sins are seen as manifestations of the fragmented and disconnected nature of the human soul. They are believed to be rooted in the imbalance and disharmony between various spiritual forces within the individual. In this intriguing perspective, each sin represents a different aspect of the soul that is out of alignment with its divine purpose. For example, pride is seen as an overemphasis on the ego, while greed reflects a distorted relationship with material possessions. Instead of viewing these sins as outright transgressions, the Kabbalistic teachings encourage individuals to explore the deeper meaning behind these imbalances. By doing so, one can embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth, seeking to restore harmony and unity within the soul. 3. The Church's unique take on the sins. 3. Analyzing humanity's struggle with the sins. Humans have long grappled with their propensity to indulge in the seven deadly sins. It is intriguing to observe how we are constantly entangled in this never-ending battle between our desires and our moral conscience. Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride all have the power to consume us if left unchecked. In analyzing humanity's struggle with these sins, it becomes clear that they stem from our innate human nature, a complex mix of desires, emotions, and external influences. Reflecting upon this, it is essential to recognize that the path to overcoming these sins lies in self-awareness, self-discipline, and a conscious effort to cultivate virtuous behaviors. However, it is important to approach this journey with compassion and empathy, acknowledging our inherent fallibility as human beings. Through introspection and a commitment to growth, we can strive to rise above the clutches of the seven deadly sins, and lead more fulfilling and virtuous lives. The full 7 deadly disease. Discuss one by one for good understanding and ways to know when you're already doing it. Act 1. Wrath Unleashed. Our first tragic scene unfolds in a world pulsating with anger. The sin of wrath, once a fleeting emotion to be tempered and tamed, now rages unbridled through the corridors of cyberspace and the alleys of real-life discourse. Social media, that double-edged sword of connectivity, fans the flames of fury, turning minor disagreements into digital battlegrounds. The once hallowed virtue of patience is traded for the instant satisfaction of a well-timed retort. How did we reach this point, and is there a way to quell the tempest before it engulfs us all? Act 2. Sloth Slumber. From wrath, our tale meanders into the drowsy realm of sloth. In a world perpetually buzzing with the hum of technological marvels, it seems paradoxical that sloth could find a foothold. Yet as screens glow with the soft blue light of procrastination, as deadlines loom large while YouTube autoplay beckons, we find ourselves ensnared in sloth's languid embrace. The sin that once whispered, "Rest is a balm for the soul," now shouts, drowning out the urgency of responsibility. Can we wake from this digital dream and rekindle the flames of diligence? Act 3. The Enigma of Envy. Envy, that green-eyed monster, takes center stage in our next act. In an era where the curated lives of others are beamed directly into our living rooms, envy festers like a wound left untended. Social media influencers flaunt their seemingly perfect lives, leaving us to compare our mundane existence with their highlight reels. In this age of constant comparison, the virtue of contentment becomes an elusive mirage. Can we untangle ourselves from the web of envy and learn to cherish our own imperfect yet beautiful narratives? Act 4. Greed's golden chains enter the glittering domain of greed, where the pursuit of wealth and power overshadows the importance of human connection and compassion. In a society that measures success by material accumulation, the virtuous ideals of generosity and selflessness are often discarded in favor of avaricious ambition. The sin of greed, once confined to fairy tales and cautionary fables, now weaves its tendrils through the fabric of our economic systems and personal aspirations. Can we break free from the golden chains that bind us to a hollow pursuit of affluence? Act 5. Gluttony's Feast. As the curtain rises on Act 5, we find ourselves at the sumptuous banquet of gluttony. In an age where excess is celebrated and indulgence is the order of the day, the once modest virtue of temperance is buried beneath the weight of overindulgence. From the opulent spreads of fine dining to the ceaseless stream of information and entertainment, we gorge ourselves on the buffet of modern life. Can we rediscover the joy of moderation and savor the subtle flavors of a simpler existence? Act 6. Lust's Temptation. The intoxicating scent of roses and the whisper of silk against the skin lead us into the sensuous arena of lust. In a society hyper-focused on physical allure and instant gratification, the virtue of chastity is often dismissed as an antiquated notion. The pursuit of pleasure becomes an all-consuming fire, leaving in its wake the ashes of broken relationships and shattered lives. Can we navigate the treacherous waters of desire and rediscover the sanctity of love and commitment? Act 7. Pride's Peril. Our final act unfolds beneath the looming shadow of pride, the sin that whispers sweet praises into our ears until we are intoxicated by our own perceived greatness. In a world where self-promotion and individualism reign supreme, the once humble virtue of humility is cast aside. The pursuit of personal glory blinds us to the interconnectedness of our shared humanity. Can we topple the pedestals of pride and embrace the beauty of collective achievement and mutual respect? Consequences of succumbing to the 7 deadly sins. Succumbing to the 7 deadly sins can have profound consequences on our lives and the lives of those around us. Each sin carries its own set of adverse effects, resulting in a downward spiral that can be difficult to escape. Lust, for instance, can lead to broken relationships and a distorted sense of intimacy, leaving individuals feeling hollow and unsatisfied. Gluttony, on the other hand, can have detrimental effects on our physical well-being, leading to obesity, health problems, and an unhealthy relationship with food. Greed can drive individuals to prioritize material possessions above all else, often at the expense of their relationships and personal values. Sloth can result in a lack of motivation and productivity, hindering personal growth and success. Wrath, envy, and pride can all lead to strained relationships, resentment, and a toxic environment. These sins have the power to corrode our emotional well-being and create barriers to meaningful connections with others. Understanding the consequences of these sins is crucial in motivating us to strive for virtuous behaviors and a better way of life. In the next section, we will delve deeper into the strategies and approaches that can help us combat these sins and navigate towards a more virtuous path. Conclusion: a call to virtuous arms. As the final curtain descends, we are left to ponder the fate of the 7 deadly sins in our modern world. The virtues they represent, patience, diligence, contentment, generosity, temperance, chastity, and humility, seem to be slipping away, drowned out by the cacophony of worldly influences. But all is not lost. The tragicomic tale we've woven is a mirror reflecting the flaws of our collective character. It is a call to arms, a plea to reclaim the virtues that once guided us toward a more harmonious existence. In a world obsessed with instant gratification and individual pursuits, it is time to pause, reflect, and chart a new course. Let us rekindle the flames of patience in the face of adversity, awaken from the slumber of sloth to embrace the power of diligence, untangle ourselves from the web of envy to find contentment in our own unique stories, break free from the golden chains of greed to prioritize compassion and connection, rediscover the joy of moderation in a world of excess, navigate the waters of desire with respect and commitment, and finally, topple the pedestals of pride to celebrate the beauty of collective achievement. In this ongoing saga of humanity, the choice is ours, to succumb to the allure of the deadly sins or to rise above them, embracing the virtues that have the power to transform our world into a stage where compassion, understanding, and love take center stage. The curtains may fall, but the story continues, and it is up to us to determine the plot twists that lie ahead. Embracing forgiveness and redemption. One of the key elements in overcoming the grip of the 7 deadly sins is embracing forgiveness and redemption. As humans, we are bound to make mistakes and succumb to sins at times. However, it is important to remember that no one is beyond redemption. Forgiveness allows us to let go of the negative emotions associated with our past actions and move forward towards a more virtuous path. It not only benefits the person seeking forgiveness, but also allows for healing and growth in relationships. Similarly, redemption offers us the opportunity to make amends for our past sins and strive for a better future. By recognizing our wrongdoings and actively working towards improvement, we can break free from the chains of these sins. Embracing forgiveness and redemption requires humility and a willingness to change. It also necessitates the acknowledgement of our flaws and a commitment to self-reflection and self-improvement. By doing so, we can minimize the impact of our past sins, forge stronger connections with others, and cultivate a more virtuous way of life. Remember, we are all bound to make mistakes. To my surprise, all the deadly sins are free. No payment to acquire them, you just develop at zero or handpick it. But no one is beyond redemption. It is never too late to start anew and strive towards a better future. So let us embrace forgiveness, seek redemption, and continue on the journey of self-improvement. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell on for more thought-provoking content. As always, feel free to leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious. Going.